Hello, how are you guys doing? I'm here to answer your questions about the color. Let me just get right into it. One question is my mom wants color for her hair. She's 75% gray and natural. I was going to color her hair with henna, but I'm afraid that it won't provide her with vibrant color that she seeks. I love your results. What brand did you use? Would you recommend coloring over henna for those who are seeking vibrant popping color? Well, you don't want to mix henna and hair color together. Even if you go onto the henna sites, they will tell you the same thing. If you go to hennaforhair.com, up there it says do not mix henna with commercial dyes. So therefore you don't want to mix henna and hair color together at all. As far as the color that I use a professional line, which is Paul Mitchell's Professional. I've never used box colors, so if I ever get color in my hair, you will always know it from a professional line. It was something that was hand mixed itself. Should you cover it over gray? Not with henna alone, but I think someone responded to you and told you that they do theirs with henna and indigo. That's fine, you can do that. But henna alone, what you're gonna get is like a reddish, pinkish little color over your warm gray. So you don't want to do henna alone over grays. Let's see. Next question. What color did you use for your highlights and for your color? Again, I use a Paul Mitchell color, Paul Mitchell Professional. It's not a color that you can actually go out and buy. It's something that you have to actually mix together to get it. Is it better to color in warmer months? You can color when you want to color. I know a lot of people, they do highlights usually in the warmer months, and they do a more solid color more in the cooler months. But it's whatever you want to do. What moisturizing, conditioning products do you find work well to prevent dryness and breakage? Well, for one, I have a steamer, and the steamer has been excellent for me as far as color. So I would definitely recommend, if you don't already have a steamer, either go to the salon and get a steam treatment, or if you can, purchase a steamer. But as far as the conditioners and stuff I use, I just try to use something that's thick and creamy. Something that I like is the Miss Jessie's Rapid Recovery, which is really good. But for the most part, just use whatever your hair likes. Okay, someone wanted to know what my opinion is about henna. I don't really. Well, okay. If you're asking whether I think you should use henna or not, it's to each his own. If you like henna for your hair, that's fine. Use it, but the only thing I would say is don't mix henna with hair color. You can't do those two. I don't care who tried to tell you that you can't. You can't mix the two together. It would be a negative result. But as far as me, do I like it personally? I don't care for henna. I see no benefit to henna for my hair. All it does is give me like a reddish looking color that I don't really care for it, and I don't think it's really that flattering on me. So henna, I see no benefit from that. I will say this. I do believe that henna might thicken the hair a little bit, but from me, I don't need that at all. My hair is thick enough. So I don't like henna because it does nothing for me. So that's my opinion on it. But the only thing I would tell to a client is don't use henna with hair color. I can't stress that enough. Do not mix the two. Next question, have I used it? Yes, I have used it, which is why I can say I don't like it. Someone says, I want to try it to strengthen my hair and prevent breakage, but I hear it changes the curl pattern temporarily. If I use it once a month and have it serve as a deep conditioner, is that okay? Well, I heard people say henna is a great conditioner, but it's a conditioner that's more on the protein side. It's not a conditioner as far as moisture. So if you're having a problem with your hair being dry, then henna might not be the best thing for you. But on the other hand, if you're wanting to strengthen your hair or have thicker hair, henna would be great for you. But also keep in mind, again, if you plan on coloring your hair or getting highlights in the near future, you do not want to mess with henna. As far as it changing your curl pattern, yeah, it does temporarily, but it's not a big deal. It comes right back. Honestly, hair color does the same thing. Hair color changes your curl pattern also, but it's only temporarily, and it does come back. Matter of fact, with hair color, some people actually like the change that it actually gives them a more looser and more defined curl. Same thing with henna. Some people like that. So it's not gonna be anything where you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, it changed my hair. Someone wrote, I love color, just afraid of the breakage and dryness that come with it. I would highlight. I was thinking about it for a while, but didn't go through yet. Any tips that you can provide? As far as highlighting would be a good start. But if you get highlighting, you want to get highlighting with hair color instead of bleach. Like I always say, bleach is a little bit more damaging because of how fast it processes. But if you get the highlighting, get it with color. And if you get the highlight with color, it's not so bad because highlighting is not all over your hair. It looks like it's all over your hair, but it's really not. If you go into the salon and get like a partial highlight, all it's going to be is if they do this pattern, this is the pattern I like to do to make it look more full. If they do the highlighting, like have a slice here and a slice here and slices here, then it'll make you look like your whole hair is highlighted. But it's really not. So I would suggest if you're scared of color, start off with getting just highlights. But get the highlights with color. Don't get highlights with bleach. As far as color, if you want like the blondish look or the light brown look, like honey blonde look, you can get it with a high lift tint color. So this is a good question. Well, all the questions are good, but this is a good one. Is it safer to go darker in color opposed to lighter? Yes, it is. Um, with darker colors, all you're doing is depositing color onto your hair. You're not stripping your hair from any color. With lighter colors, you are stripping your hair from colors. So that's why it's a little bit more damaging than putting a dark color. But you can always counteract that damage by taking care of your hair, because I always go lighter when I do hair color and I don't have any damage in my hair. So it's not anything that's going to like automatically damage your hair if you go lighter. Just to answer your question, going darker is safer. But for me personally, and most people I've seen, they always want to go lighter with their hair color, because the lighter color is what's going to make your hair color pop. It's not really the darker color that's going to do that. Someone wrote, I just recently got highlights. What products do you use for moisture? And they said, I also have a steamer. I use it every week. I love it. Well, you're doing the right thing. As long as you have that steamer, you're good. Just make sure when using the steamer and rinse your product out that you're rinsing it out with cool water so you can close your cuticles back down. I already suggested some products that you can use, like the Miss Jessie's. You can try that out and see what you think. Okay. Someone wrote, this is another good question. Do you think there's a certain time you should color your hair once you big chop? In other words, is coloring a TWA too early for natural hair, or should a person wait till their hair grows a bit longer? I don't think it's too early. You can color your hair at any time. It's just all about taking care of your colored hair after you color it. And you take care of it by giving it deep conditioning treatment. The thing about color is color will make your hair drier, especially if you're going lighter. It's going to make your hair drier because it strips some of that melanin out of your hair. But what you have to do to get it back right is to put moisture back in the hair, and you have to put protein back in the hair. But before you put the protein in the hair, you need to put the moisture in there first, because you don't want to put protein on top of hair that's already dry, like I explained in the other video. So you want to moisturize with a deep conditioner and then do a protein deep conditioner, and then you'll be fine. The next color I have is, does permanent hair color loosens the curl pattern? If I use black hair color, would it be less stressful on natural hair than lighter color? That's the same. It's kind of like the same question, but just to clarify it again, No, it can temporarily loosen the curl pattern, but it bounces back just like henna. With the question about the black hair, would it be less stressful? That's basically, is darker hair color safer than lighter hair color? Yes, it will be safer. But just so I can clarify a little bit, they said would it be less stressful on natural hair than lighter color? Well, that's with any hair, as far as like hair color. Yes, the darker color will be less stressful than the lighter color on any hair across the board. But again, like I said, with the darker colors, if you're looking for your curls to pop more, which is why I talk about color, the darker colors don't make it pop as much as the lighter colors. But to answer your question, yeah, the darker colors are safer. The black would be safer. I think that's all the questions that I got. I don't think I'm missing anything. A lot of people ask me the same questions, so that's why it seems so short. But just to go over those questions that I got asked a lot, as far as what color I use, it was Paul Mitchell's Professional. And I never use store-bought colors. I always get my color done professionally where they can mix the color formula specialized for me. That's why my colors look different and look unique, because there's mix especially for me. Again, I know I stress it a lot, but it's important that I stress it. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do your own color. You know how you can go on YouTube and you can watch how to cut hair, or you can watch how to style hair, things like that. When it comes to color, don't even, because color is a chemical. Don't forget that. And if you miss a step in the chemical or do one thing wrong, that can be it. That can be it for you. So if you really, really want color and you really don't know what you're doing, don't try to do it yourself. Don't think you can go on YouTube and find out how to do color, because it'll be very hard, especially if you're trying to get real technical with it. Just save yourself some pain and heartbreak. Don't do the color yourself. Just at least go to the salon and pay for the color, because again, it's a chemical, and you don't want all your hard work to go down the drain just because you didn't want to pay a little extra money to get your hair colored. Okay, that's all I really have to say. I hope I answered the right questions. I hope you all are doing well, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.